indirectly, even I was involved in the crime. This is what she is explaining me.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to another video. We have an important guest today with us. She's blurred out, obviously, because of some reasons. We want to don't reveal the identity and keep it a little secret. There's some personal reasons behind it. But she's our friend and subscriber, and she's how long have you been following us? I mean, me.
1 year.
1 year. Okay. She's been following me from last year, and she reached out to me and she told me that this scam happened. Obviously, you see in the title, she's so kind that she doesn't want this to happen to anybody else. And she's like, "Hey, I just want to tell this to you, and I want to tell to your audience, so that way, what happened with me doesn't happen with anybody else." So thank you. We're going to use a pseudo name, Smita. So thank you, Smita, for doing this. Really means a lot to me and in my audience. And I love that you don't want this to happen to everybody else. So it takes a lot of courage and boldness to share and share what happened with you. So thank you for doing this.
Thank you so much. Actually, your platform is like everyone knows you. If I post my story, only my friends who are on my page, they are going to see this.
Right.
And many of them are not even here in United States, they are in India.
Yeah.
But why I reached out to you is I have been following you. As I said, it's been a year that I follow you, and I know how many people knows you. Like all
Mm,
the students, you go to different colleges, so that's why I reached out to you. That
yeah.
please put it there so nobody, no students who are new, who don't know the culture,
Yeah.
they will get to know that this is happening, right?
Yeah.
Because they are getting money from their parents, they are not earning.
Right.
That money is going in waste
Yeah.
because of some scam. They are going to be in a situation where their bread and butter is at stake. So
Yeah. Totally. Tell us, like, how does it start?
okay, so everybody who is a student and who come here, they want a job.
Yeah.
So same like me, that I wanted a job. I've
Yeah.
been applying long time and I'm waiting to, for something to come up.
Mm,
When it's not coming up according to my experience, I said, okay, let me go down and apply to random job that I can make some money, which will help me survive.
yeah.
So I saw one of the bloggers, blog where he said he went on Upwork.com. I'm using the name of the website because I have already raised the complaint to them, so they are aware of it. So
Yeah.
I can use the name.
Yeah.
So he said, okay, he went to Upwork.com and there he applied for freelancers job and he got, and he's making good money. He has that much of knowledge also.
Mm,
So I said, okay, let me do that. So I logged in, I created my account, I put all of my experience of last 6 years, and I applied to Scrum Master roles, and I
mm,
applied to the basic jobs like data entry jobs or accountant job. So I got a good role. It was a data entry job,
mhm.
and that person messaged me, "Hello, hi, everything." I said okay, and then he was like, "I'm going to interview you." So uh, I was like, okay. First thing, it was a little bit weird because he's going to interview me. He has not even called me. I don't know what person he is, but he
Mm,
said he will interview me.
mm.
And now everybody can laugh because the interview happened in chat. It
Oh,
did.
wow.
So it happened in chat. So
Yeah.
he's asking me question. Okay, so tell me about your qualification. Not even qualification. I can send you the chat also.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Please
what?
do, because then, I
Yes,
can
yes, I
yeah.
can. I can send you the full chat. I can
Yeah.
send you everything. So the interview happened in the chat.
Mm,
Okay, he didn't call, no video call, nothing.
mm,
So he asked me random questions: how many years you have been working, what all you know. And I said, okay, I don't have to tell him that I can clean the data and visualize the data in Tableau or Power BI or something like that. So I told him, yeah, I'm good with Excel because it's a data entry job. So I thought it will be something like creating a report. That's what
yeah.
he told me is going to be account, bookkeeping and accounts job, something like that. So few questions here and there he asked me. I
Yeah.
said, okay, then he
And
did.
this is not call. This is all chat.
Yeah, it's happening in chat.
Okay. Okay.
And then he tells me, actually I have worked, I was in India and I worked in TCS in healthcare, so
Mm,
I am aware of HIPAA and everything.
yeah.
So he asked me that question. So here I feel that I am telling him more of what I know, like, I can work. So I told him, yes, I can follow HIPAA and know, the
Mm.
integrity. I can keep the integrity of the data you send me.
Yeah.
Like, okay, wow, 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 everything nice. So he told me $15 per hour in the training period and $20 after the training period. I
Okay.
said, okay, fine, no problem. I can survive, right?
Yeah.
Like, I
Yeah.
can start with something better
Right.
than nothing.
Yeah.
I said, okay. Then he gave me a number of a person and told me to download Telegram.
Mm.
I
Mm.
did that. Okay. I download and I never used Telegram. This
Yeah.
was my first time. So
Yeah.
I downloaded Telegram. After
Mm.
downloading the Telegram, he told me message that girl. I
Mm.
did message her. Hello, hi. Oh, new data entry employee and all of that. Then she told me, okay, tomorrow be ready. I said okay. Then she told me, can you do this? Can you create reports on Excel and all of that? I said yes, I can do that.
Yeah.
Then she said, okay, be ready tomorrow by 9 o'clock. I
Yeah.
was like, okay, fine, I got something. Let's start. And I was up by 9 and like reporting to her. Then she was like, okay, so I'm going to send you one check, and then you have to tell me once you receive that check.
Mm.
Like, oh, what kind of a check?
Yeah. Check as in like the money. They're gonna send you
Money.
some
And
money.
why check?
Yeah.
For a data entry job, what equipments do we need? I need
Right.
a laptop, which I have. Okay.
Yeah.
We will send you a laptop and we will send you some equipments. I said, why don't you send me?
Yeah. The
See,
equipment
I will
instead of
check.
check. Yeah.
Check. Yeah, because see, I have worked before, but
Right.
here I am looking for the job, so I know few things.
Mm.
Maybe the culture is new in States, things work differently, but I know no one will send you check beforehand.
Yeah.
I was asking her questions. What kind of a check? So she was like, that it will be like $3,400.
Right. Mm.
I said, okay. Then I was like, okay, I don't think why will someone send me money. So
Yeah.
I was relaxed. Okay, it will not come. Next day it came and she messaged me instead of I message her.
Ah.
So she tells me, hi, are you ready for a work today? You can log in by this time and bill your these hours and all of that. I said, okay. And it came.
The
She
check
asked,
came. Yeah.
yes,
In the
she
mail.
asked me for the address and the check came.
Mm.
After I received it, she was like, now go to your bank, go to ATM. She told
Mm.
me, go to ATM and put in the ATM. I was like, okay.
And it's so for the people who are like listening, it's important to find out all these trigger points, right? Like number one is obviously if the interview is happening on the chat, so that's number one signal. Number two is in most cases the companies will send you the equipments, and second, the big, like with what you said, they asked you to not to go to the bank, but they asked you to go to ATM to deposit the check, so
Yeah.
that way you don't have any interaction with the banker. Otherwise, if they see it, then they're like, hey, this is, fraud or something like that. Okay.
Okay, and that thing happened, and I am asking her, why don't you send me, uh, the letter that what is the company name,
Yeah.
nothing. Oh, I am talking to my secretary. He will send it. Joining date. Nothing, nothing. I'm
Yeah.
asking her, please give me the letter. If
Yeah.
so, she kept denying. Both of these people kept denying to
And
me.
all of this not call, like it's all chat.
Chat.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
So all chat. Then I went to the bank and
Mm.
I had to do something that day. So I was like, okay, fine. I'll do my personal thing, which I have to do, plus I'll deposit.
Mm.
I deposited the check and I spoke to the lady, whatever work I had to do. That was my personal thing. I did and I came back. Then she
Mm.
was like, oh, nice, very nice. This Friday, you're going to get, paid. Don't worry, and all of that. I said, okay. Then, but the money didn't get available.
Mm.
It
Mm.
got available the next day.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay.
So next morning, she messaged me again.
Uh,
Okay. Hi, is the money available? I said, yeah, it is. Then she was like, okay, now I was like, should I go on Amazon? Because obviously we will order things from there. She was like, no. I was like, why? Then she says, no, you have to send money to some person.
mm.
Then yeah, she told me, now take that money into Cash App. I tried, it didn't happen. So like,
Right.
it's not working. She was like, do you use Zelle? I said, yes, I do. No, I said, I don't use Zelle. So she was like, okay, go to your app and TD Bank's app. That's what I use. So and try from there. I'll tell you, Yudi, it was like, okay, someone is telling me, I'm just blindly trusting. I made three transactions,
Mm.
1,000.
Mm.
Okay, they didn't go through.
mm,
Then she told me, okay, do for 2,000. I did for $2,000.
yeah,
Again, I did, that was for 350.
okay,
So altogether 5 transactions. Okay,
mm,
but they showed me declined in my phone.
mm,
Then she told me, okay, do one thing, go to Walmart.
mm,
I was like, why so much hurry? If the transaction is getting declined now, or maybe they are taking the time to verify the other account, it will happen sooner or later, and then we can do till the time. If you have any files to work on, give it to me. I'm
mm,
asking her for work,
mm.
but she is more concentrating on the check and depositing part,
Right, the money part, yeah.
money part. Then I went to Walmart.
Mm,
Okay, so and I'm new here, so I don't have a state ID or a driving license. I use my passport as my ID.
mm,
It was so hurry that I forgot, but I had to come back. I went. The lady there who was supposed to help me, the person who was there appointed to do this job, she told me, okay, so, what's your name? I was like, okay, fine. So, she was like, are you I made out and she made out that, we both are Gujaratis. So,
yeah.
so like that, she was like, okay, you're Gujarati. I said, yeah. So, I also nicely, okay, you're Gujarati.
So what were you supposed to do in Walmart?
I was supposed to transfer that money to the same person, $3,400.
To the same person, using Walmart what? Like how would you transfer the money using?
Walmart to Walmart. I don't know how. She told me go to Walmart and ask them,
Yeah.
you have to transfer money. I don't know. But this lady who were there, she was like a goddess to me because she told me, I said,
Mm,
this is not for my family. They are safe and sound. I am sending this for some job related thing. She was like, no, no, no. And she started communicating with me in my language in Gujarati, and she said, don't do this.
right.
I feel this is fraud.
Yeah.
I said, well, how come you know? She was like, I work here, and almost 10 to 15 people every day, students, even if working professions, they come and they say, we want to transfer money. And next day, they will come crying to us that the money is lost. So
Yeah.
I was like, okay, then. And I was so, I can say I'm so honest there that I'm saying, okay, because the balance, the money is showing available to me in my account, l- do one thing, just transfer this money back to her. I will quit the job.
Right.
Okay. She told me, don't do that. That
Mm.
lady is stopping me.
Yeah, she's warning you multiple times because she's seen this happening and she's like, don't do it. Yeah.
Yeah. Now here, because it's happening with me for the first time, I'm thinking maybe it is legit, and things happens like this. So I was like, okay, fine, let's give the
And
money
you
back.
were on the other side, on your side, you were like, okay, I see the 3,400 in my bank account. So what's the harm in just sending the money which they deposited in my bank account? So just returning that money. So that's
Yeah,
what you were thinking.
exactly. It
Huh.
was not my money, first
Yeah.
thing. That's what she sent me.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was like, okay, fine. If she has sent me, if I
Mm.
don't want to continue with her, let me send it back to her.
Yeah.
From there, I came home. I was all upset. Okay, blah, blah, blah. I
Mm.
cried. I went to
And
sleep.
like you send the money from Walmart and you came back home.
No,
Yeah.
I already had made 4 transactions, right? 5 transactions.
Huh.
So one day, it will take 24 hours of time to get through.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, I have done it. And that girl, is convincing me with all her best. No, it's legit, it's legit. I was like, okay, fine. Even if it's legit, let me just quit. Because, if once that, doubt is there in your mind, you don't feel like moving ahead with that.
Mm.
I was like, okay. Later, next day, suddenly that girl messaged me again.
Mm.
So what about my money? When are you returning back? I was like, I have just returned back to you. And then I was like, no, I have to go now. I went to bank. I sat with that person, the person who was helping me,
Mm.
and I told her all the story. She checked and she was like, this is a fraudulent check.
Mm. Mm.
Now I don't know what to do.
Mm.
I don't have anybody here.
Mm.
My parents are in India, my brother, nobody.
So,
Yeah.
okay, I'm a little confused. So you made a transaction which failed from your bank, which you made it, which failed, right? Like
I made it through Zelle.
through Zelle. Okay.
Those
Mm,
5 transactions are still there in process.
mm,
Okay. And then she told me go again and make one more transaction of 3,400. So
mm,
total, if I have to lose, I have to lose 6,800.
mm.
Okay, if everything goes according to her plan. So now I am asking her. So the lady immediately called the her bank's fraud team, and she raised the ticket and all of that. But what do I have to do? Because
Right.
I have lost that money. My balance shows minus 3,400.
Hmm.
She was like, "You'll have to call the police." I asked her, "Can I call the police from here?" She said, "Yes." I called 911. The police came in like some like 7 8 minutes.
Hmm.
Okay. The bank manager came. We went to the bank manager's room and cabin, and then we started speaking. And I had everything. You did
Hmm.
everything, right?
Hmm.
Even the interviews happened in chat, so I have so I
Yeah.
have the chat itself. So later, when I went to them, the police officers started talking to me, and they said, "Oh," they asked me the questions. Okay, so when did this happen, that happened, and everything. The way I'm telling you, I told them.
Hmm.
Okay, so here is the thing. The bank manager said, "Well, this is a fraudulent check."
Right.
Okay, then how did the money get available?
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
the thing behind this is, whenever any person will go to any bank and put a check, the according to the banking law or the banking system, the bank has to make the money available to us without thinking what kind of a check it is.
Yeah.
Because I have deposited, it's their duty to make that amount available to me, and next day
Yeah.
or after 24 hours it will show me available.
Yeah, so yeah, in lot of banks, the transactions are called present available and then actual available, right? So what happens is when you deposit a check or when somebody sends you money through Zelle or something like that, or even direct deposit, uh, instantly that money will show it's an available like money, but a lot of time those transactions are pending because it's going through this verification process. But in your account it looks like you have that money, but it's real in reality it's not, especially for the checks. Even when I deposit the checks through my phone, like I do a lot of digital deposits. So like, if I'm like clicking a photo and depositing, as soon as the deposit is done, like within when I say next, that money which I deposited, it'll show immediately in my bank account. But it doesn't mean that it's there. It just shows, like she said, like there's a law which you have to make it available immediately. But in reality they can bounce the check, the check can withdraw. Yeah.
Exactly. So now in this case, when the fraud is happening, the scammers are in in benefit, because we getting scammed, we don't know this thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it is banks rules, or that's how they work. So they make the money available. Maybe next day when we go and we complain, they understand it was a fraudulent check.
Mm.
You understand
Mm.
it later. But according to the bank law, or their system, they have to make that certain amount available to person, and that is not our money or someone's money who have sent us the check. It is the bank's money.
Mm. Yeah.
So if the fraud happens, we have to pay the bank,
Yeah. Yeah.
and that person, the check will get like bounce. So
Yeah.
we get the charge also on that. So I got charged minus 15. So I paid the $15. My balance went in minus. So I
Mm.
plus paid $35 because my balance is zero. My balance should be more than 100. Or
Right.
it can be at least 100.
Yeah.
Now I'm sitting in front of the manager,
Mm.
and she tells me the amount she's showing me on her screen, and I'm shivering because I don't have money. How do I
Yeah.
pay her?
Right.
Like, okay, so the money which is there, 3,400, it's showing in minus. And if it shows minus for more than 10 days, we will take it from your account, or we can take you to court, because right now we are at loss. It's not money, it's not your money, but you used our money. So I use the bank money to give it to somebody, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So indirectly, even I was involved in the crime. This is what she is explaining me.
Mm.
Knowingly, unknowingly, unintentionally, I
Mm.
was involved.
Mm.
So I have to pay to them.
Yeah.
I'm all freaked out.
Yeah.
Because I can't pay them. I don't have money. So from, okay, I cried and all of that. She was like, okay, she showed me some some
Some.
sympathy. I
Yeah.
understand, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I left from there. I went to the police station. Yudi, this is interesting. I went
Mm.
there. I'm
Mm.
sitting. I called the police. I just said, why am I there? Why was I there? And I was in waiting line. So I was
Mm.
sitting on a chair. And I see somebody come in the bank, in the police station. That person went to the reporting counter
Yeah.
where we collect the reports from the police station, and he says, I'm here to collect my report. And the
Mm.
lady asks him the question, and everything is audible because it's the one room, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there are different
I mean, I've
windows.
never been into the police station, so I have no idea. But yeah.
And he says, I just got fraud scammed. I was like, oh, and I heard that, and I spoke to him, and I told him, I said, how much you lost, what happened? Yeah, so
Yeah.
it was $1,500 for him, so he lost all. I was like, when did you come here? He was like, just 6 months.
Mm.
And I want a
Mm.
job, and I applied online, and they said we will, and same, exactly same.
Mm.
So I was like, what does the officer say? Will we get our money back? He says, zero possibility of getting any money back. You will
Yeah.
not even get a penny,
Yeah.
because these scammers are like worldwide, where they are sitting in some corner of the world, and from there they are
Mm.
doing this business. We are unable to track them.
Yeah.
That's what they told him. But luckily, I can say, because I had less money in my bank, so I made 5 transactions. So one
Mm.
transaction processed for $1,000, two transaction didn't process.
Mm.
So after doing all this, when I came home that night around 10:30ish, I received mails from my bank. That's uh, two transactions of 2,340 are declined. We couldn't process this.
Mm.
So
Mm.
luckily, I got saved for 2,340.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but you still lost about $1,000,
Yes, I lost $1,000. I don't have a car, so I commute through
right?
Uber.
And in reality, you would have lost like $6,800.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If I would not get that girl there, and she
In
was
the
not.
Walmart. Yeah.
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 And we raised the complaint again with the TD Bank Zell department for 1,000. We have raised a dispute. There is no guarantee I will get the money back, but we have raised the dispute.
Mm. Mm.
I came back home. I went to Upwork.com and put in bold, fraud,
Yeah.
fraud, and put
But
all.
this, see, the thing is, this doesn't only happen in Upwork. Like it happens in LinkedIn, it happens in Indeed, it happens all the job portals, and in fact, even like now, Instagram, Facebook, like a lot of people are like, "Hey, I'll help you find a job. I'm a career coach. I'm a career guide, and I'm gonna get you a job. Like you pay us this much, we'll get you guarantee a job." So this, like, it's not just the platform which people
Exactly.
should be aware of. It's the there are so many signals which will happen, so be aware of all of this, and that's the whole purpose of doing this.
But I want all the students and the people who are applying, please be aware. Ask for the job, offer letter.
Yeah.
Verify the company name, where it is located, and what kind of a job, and how many years they have been in business. First, second, don't take any money.
Yeah.
No money until and unless you're on the job, and you're
Yeah, like having an offer letter, I mean, obviously having a company's name, and then if the company is asking you to buy an equipment, that's another scam where they would say like buy an equipment and we will reimburse you, and then blah blah blah, like go to this portal and buy it, and then this portal, which is designed by these scammers, and as soon as you make a payment, the money directly goes to their bank account. It doesn't go to Amazon or whatever, but it
Mhm.
looks like you actually purchased an equipment, and then you take the receipt and you try to send it to this company. The companies, by the time the transaction is done and they have the money, it's gone. Like the money's gone out of your account,
See,
the
this is
company's
the
gone.
new thing I didn't know. You are telling me.
Yeah,
Interesting.
there are scams like this happen, and they typically target the people who are like job hunt mode and wanting to get a job, and they are either desperate students who are like not able to find it. There are a lot of social security scam, visa scams, etc. So anytime people are asking for money, that's just a red flag. So be aware and reach out to find out, like reach out to other people and see if it is legit, and ask other people, ask for advice, like, hey, I'm got an offer. They're asking for this. Is this, like, do you think it's legit? And reach out to me. A lot of time I respond to such questions. So anyway, that I know we went in super long, but thank you so much for doing this. Really means a lot. And we always say keep smiling, keep hustling. You gotta hustle every single day. So
જ્યારે આપણે પેલું ટ્રાન્ઝેક્શન કરીએ ને કે પૈસા પાછા આપી દઈએ, ઇન શોર્ટ આપણા પૈસા જાય છે
હા,
કે
ત્યારે yeah,
હા,
it's going
તો
from your bank account.
ઇટ્સ ન્યૂ ફોર મી, તો
Yeah.
મને બી
I
શીખવા
should
મળ્યું.
I should put this Gujarati version of it. Maybe all the Guju fans, like all our Guju people, will comment as well.
હા, એકચ્યુઅલી આઈ
કેમ કે
થિંક
લોકાને ખબર ને, લાઈક બહુ બધા લોકોને નથી ખબર કે હું ગુજરાતી છું, તો
સો
ગુજરાતી
યોર
સાંભળીને
ગુજરાતી ઓર સિંધી?
નો આમ ગુજરાતી, પ્યોર ગુજરાતી,
ક્યાંથી?
ભાવનગર. આઈ
ઓ,
મીન મતલબ મારા બા દાદા ભાવનગરથી છે. હું તો બોર્ન એન્ડ brought up in મુંબઈ.